my beautiful people. It's Rose and welcome back to Cheap Lazy Vegan and another what I ate in a day video. And I'm super excited because today I'm partnering with Yvette Sports once again to bring you guys an amazing Black Friday sale. So if you haven't heard of Yvette Sports, they are a women's athletic wear brand and they are all about helping women of all shapes and sizes and all age groups feel confident and beautiful while leading a healthy lifestyle and working out and feeling good. So I'll be showing you guys each piece later and doing a try on for you, but if you're interested right away, the Black Friday sale will be until November 30th. Also, we're doing an exciting giveaway on my Instagram page as well, so make sure you head on over to my Instagram, Cheap Lazy Vegan, to enter. You can also follow Yvette Sports on Instagram as well. All of the links and all the details will be in the description box down below, so do not miss out. So yes, today we're doing a full what I ate in a day. I'm gonna also take you along like on a day with me so you can see like what I do in a day. It's kind of like a little bit of a day in the life as well. Normally, I get up pretty early so I can get the day started earlier and get some work done because my brain just functions better in the morning. So after I make my coffee, I just go straight to work while sipping coffee. And I also like to drink lots of water while I'm working as well. And since I was filming on this day, I decided to put on some makeup. Now, I don't always put on makeup, especially since we're wearing masks nowadays. So what's the point? But I do like to put some on for filming so I can look presentable for you guys. Aren't I so kind? Alright guys, now let's eat some breakfast. So we are going to be making a noodle bowl for breakfast. You guys know I love eating noodles for breakfast. So we are just boiling some water and then I'm going to prepare some tofu. So I just have some medium firm tofu here. I'm just going to slice this up and I'm just going to use a little bit and store the rest for later. And this should come as no surprise, but I'm making soba noodles for breakfast. These are buckwheat noodles, and I have soba noodles at least once a week, I would say, if not more. I am obsessed. And then on a nonstick pan, I'm just going to pan fry the tofu pieces. I'm just taking 2 little pieces here, and I'm just going to pan fry them on each side for a few minutes until nicely browned. And while all of that is happening, I'm just going to chop up some cucumber. I have 2 mini cucumbers here and I'm just going to chop them julienne style, one of my favorite ways to chop veggies, just nice and thin slices like so. And soba noodles take only about 4 to 5 minutes to cook, so once they're cooked, I just like to drain and then rinse in cold water. I feel like soba noodles always work best in cold form, so yeah, don't knock cold noodles until you try it. And if you guys have seen some of my previous recent videos, then you have seen that I have been trying natto, which is a fermented soybean thingy right here. I don't know how to describe it, but it is very popular in Japan and it's supposed to be very good for you. It's basically made of fermented soybeans and then you add this little sauce in there and you mix it all up and it tastes very interesting, okay? But it's supposed to be very good for you, so I kind of want to like it and I have this one little package left, so I'm going to eat it, okay? I'm going to eat it. One thing to note about natto is that I realized when you buy these packages in stores, a lot of them are actually not vegan. So just check the ingredients to make sure there's no like fish ingredients. And then once the tofu is done cooking, I'm just going to season it with basically my only seasoning I ever use apparently, which is garlic salt. Yes, a little bit of garlic salt. And now in a large serving bowl, I'm going to add the soba noodles along with 1 tablespoon of soy sauce or tamari. I'm also going to add 1 tablespoon of rice vinegar and half a teaspoon of sesame oil, toasted sesame oil. And in hindsight, I wanted to add a little bit more sweetener in here. So I may have probably added like half a tablespoon or 1 tablespoon of maple syrup as well. And I think it would have tasted even better. Here, I decided to add a little bit of this, I think Japanese spicy sauce. Totally optional, I just wanted to throw it in there. And now let's assemble our bowl. We're gonna add in the chopped cucumber. And I also had some seaweed salad left in my fridge for a long time, so I needed to use some of this up. So I'm gonna add a little bit of that in there, plus seaweed salad is delicious. And then let's add in our pan-fried tofu along with our natto. So I'm not really sure if I like it yet. Again, I'm still trying to acquire this taste, okay? It's quite slimy, it's quite pungent, and I mean, I don't hate it. That's the thing. I don't hate it. So yeah, I'm still trying to learn to like it. And I'm also going to add a little bit of vegan kimchi, which of course, guys, if you need the recipe, once again, I have one on my channel. Check it out. Link will be down below. And then to top it all off, I'm just going to add a little bit of roasted seaweed. I'm just going to chop it a little bit with some scissors. Just going to top with that. And of course, you can't have a bowl without topping with some green onion, and I also topped with a little bit of sesame seeds. And there you have it. There is my very kind of colorful, beautiful breakfast bowl, breakfast soba noodle bowl with some natto. And if you guys don't have natto, of course, you can leave that out. And there you have it. And after breakfast, I decided to have a refreshing beverage. And of course, my beverage of choice is bubbly. I am having cherry bubbly this time. I normally don't like cherry flavors, but everyone was like, oh my God, you have to try this. So I'm trying it. It's good. It's not my favorite bubbly, but it's still good. Anyways, this is a sparkling water that's flavored. That's essentially what it is. And I have like 2 or 3 of these a day. And now that we've been fed, we look great. Let's look at some of the Yvette pieces. First of all the pieces are super affordable, which I love so much, yet they feel very high quality. They have what's called CoolMax technology, which protects the fabric from external damages such as UV exposure, sweat, sunscreen, and lotion. This makes the clothes last way longer. They also have a wide range when it comes to sizing, from extra small to 5XL in cups A to F. And as I mentioned earlier, they are all about helping women in different age groups and body types realize that no matter what, they can still be active and feel confident. So let's start with their amazing sports bras, which I am literally obsessed with every single one of them. I don't even know what to do with myself. So we're starting with the Shift Light Strappy in pink. These are super comfortable and so cute. I think it looks super feminine and has a light to medium support for everyday wear. I just feel like it looks so good. Next, we have the Enfold Crisscross Strappy in blue. This is what I was wearing in my intro, and I am obsessed with this design. I think this might be my favorite. I'm not positive, but I love this sort of cut. And this one is designed for high impact sports, so it has really good support. Next, we have the Sculpt Ultra Cool in white, and this is also for high impact activities. I love this unique design in the front, and it also has a beautiful racer back design in the back. And the final sports bra here is the Limitless Mesh Plunge, which I think looks super feminine and chic. It has this beautiful mesh design, very subtle in the front here, and I'm also obsessed with this back design as well. And now we're gonna go into their leggings. Their leggings are super lightweight, silky soft, and it almost feels like you're not wearing anything, yet they are so flattering. So we're starting with the Sculpt Mesh Cool high support leggings, and I am in love with this mesh design. It's super cool, super flattering, and I've worn this multiple times already just in everyday life, not just at the gym. And then we have the Enfold multicolored leggings in purple, and these are high-waisted with a wide waistband, which hugs you in for a tighter fit. And I feel like it almost gives me a little bit of an hourglass shape, which I don't really have. I mean, it does tuck a little in my stomach fat a bit, but if it's giving me an hourglass shape when I don't have an hourglass shape, I don't mind, okay? I think it looks good, okay? Next, we have the women's short sleeve shirt. And when I first saw this, I wasn't sure if I'd like it, but then I tied it up and then I became obsessed. So once again, this has the CoolMax technology, which helps you stay dry. And quite simply, I just think it's super flattering and comfortable. And I can see myself wearing this everywhere, not just at the gym. Like, please give me this in every color. And last but not least is this cute Shift Light Ocean Print pullover hoodie. This is a super soft fabric hoodie. It has a big front kangaroo pocket. It also has a little extra pocket in the arm if you want to put your phone in there or something. It's just super comfy and perfect for a chilly day, and I feel like I kind of look adorable in this. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so guys, I hope you enjoyed this little try on. Remember guys, it's Black Friday, so you can get up to 30% off using my codes, which are listed all down below depending on how much you spend. And also, if you want a chance to win a giveaway, head on over to my Instagram page, Cheap Lazy Vegan, to follow me. And also don't forget to follow Yvette Sports on Instagram as well. All of the links and all of the information will be listed down below in the description box. Thank you so much to Yvette Sports for sponsoring today's video, and happy shopping! And for lunch, I decided to make some kimbap. Kimbap, if you haven't heard of it, is a Korean dish. It is Korean seaweed rice rolls. And I do have a recipe for this in my Everyday Asian Recipes ebook, which is a lot more kind of traditional vegan kimbap. But this one is slightly different just based on what I have. Now, a lot of people confuse sushi with kimbap and kimbap with sushi. And these are two different dishes. Yes, they are similar, but they are different. So kimbap is Korean and sushi is Japanese. And the way that the rice is prepared is different. In kimbap, it is more savory, so it uses toasted sesame oil and salt rather than rice vinegar and sugar, which is used in sushi. And also the things that go into kimbap are a little bit different. For instance, in sushi, of course, you guys know that traditionally it's a lot of raw fish, whereas in kimbap, there is no raw fish. And instead, we use ingredients such as what I'm chopping up right here, which is 단무지. This is pickled radish. And this is almost always used in kimbap, and it's super tasty. It's kind of like Korean pickles. I don't know. Anyways, I'm just slicing these up. And I also have some carrots, which are also often used in kimbap. We usually cook it, which I'll show you guys what I'm going to do very soon. Anyways, there's a few other differences, but I won't bore you guys because I have to show you what I'm making. So I am now taking some tofu, okay? So we are taking a little bit of tofu, and we're gonna actually make a little bit of scrambled tofu because I wanted to add this into kimbap because I thought it would be tasty. So we are just crumbling up some extra firm. Actually, is this extra firm? I think it's medium firm. Medium firm tofu. It doesn't matter. You can use extra firm or medium firm. And we're just gonna cook that up on the pan. So I like to cook that for a few minutes until it starts to get kind of golden. And then I'm gonna add my scrambled tofu seasoning, which if you guys don't know, you need to know, okay? I'll leave a recipe down below. It is basically a seasoning that you can use for your scrambled tofu. You just need one little jar and just, scoop out the seasoning, put it into your scrambled tofu, and then call it a day. It's amazing. So yeah, that's my scrambled tofu seasoning. So I'm just making a little bit of scrambled tofu to add into my kimbap. I feel like this actually works pretty well because traditionally there is egg also in kimbap, so this can be your egg. There you go. So once the tofu is cooked, I just set it aside, and now I'm just gonna add in my julienne carrots, and I'm just going to cook this with a little bit of water. It helps to soften the carrots and cook them faster. So I'm just gonna add a little splash here and let it cook. To season the carrots, I decided to add just a few little drops of tamari, and usually I think what's used is just a little bit of sesame oil and a little bit of salt, but I just decided to use tamari. And I also decided to add some kimchi because I wanted to make this a kimchi kimbap. So I'm just taking a little bit of the vegan kimchi and I'm just going to cook it up on the pan once again. And I just cook it lightly. It doesn't really need to be cooked, but it tastes really good once it's cooked a little bit in the kimbap. So I'm just cooking it a bit and adding splashes of water when needed. And you can also add a little bit of sweetener if you want. I'm just adding a few tiny drops of stevia. You can also add like sugar or something like that, or you can just leave it out. But most of the time when we pan fry the kimchi, we like to add a little bit of sweetener. And as you can see here, I already have some rice that's cooked nicely in my rice cooker. So we are ready pretty much to start making the kimbap. So here we have a cup of rice, I believe, around a cup. And then I'm going to take some salt. So we're just going to salt it. I'm just going to eyeball it. And then I'm also going to take a little bit of sesame oil. I'm just adding in half a teaspoon of sesame oil, which is very potent and very delicious. You don't need too much. You just need a little bit, and it gives the rice such a delicious savory flavor. And then we're just going to mix it. That's it. You don't really need much in the rice. Oh, one tip I have to add is you need to use sushi rice or short grain rice, okay? Otherwise, you're not going to be able to make the rolls, I promise you, okay? Unless you I don't know, are a magician or something. Anyways, we are taking a nori sheet, as you can see here, and we are going to place half the rice because I wanted to make 2 rolls. So we're taking half the rice and we're just going to flatten it out as much as possible. Now, I mean, you can use a little more rice if you want to make it, I don't know, better. But this is what I'm doing, okay? So what you want to do is just place your fillings inside. I'm a little bit optimistic here and I'm adding a little too much filling, and so I struggled a little bit, okay? But that's okay. You know what? It's still, you still eat it, okay? It's fine. Okay guys, so when you are ready to fold, you just want to fold it all the way over. So make sure you're covering the whole thing, kind of like when you're folding a burrito, you know? So cover the whole thing. And then you want to make sure there's a little space at the top, okay, on the seaweed, so that you can seal the deal, okay? So at the top there with the seaweed space, you want to wet it with some water and then just finish the folding. Now this first piece was really good. My second piece, it was kind of a disaster. I think I didn't have enough rice, and I filled it up too much, and it was a disaster. But it's okay, because at least the first piece was good. And when you are ready to cut up your kimbap, I like to use a sharp knife. Make sure your knife is sharp. And what helps also is to wet your knife a little bit with water, and it makes it just a lot easier. If you're having a hard time cutting up your kimbap or sushi, just wet your knife a little bit, okay? And there you go. I mean, it looks pretty good, right? It's a little messy, but you know, it's fine. So my first piece cut pretty well, but of course my second piece was a bit of a disaster. So I decided to add the pieces into a bowl and kind of eat it like out of the bowl. Okay. Yeah, fun. There you go. Beautiful. Kimbap bowl. And on the side, I also wanted a little bit of soupy thing, okay? So I have this thing that my parents brought from Korea. It's called mesengi. I talked about it, I think, in a mukbang video. And it's basically like a big block of seaweed of some sort. It's a very soft seaweed. Here I also added in some garlic salt and some black pepper because it's not seasoned with anything. It's just kind of like very fine seaweed. And then you add some water and it becomes like this seaweed soup. So I'm just having that on the side, and oh, look how beautiful. See? Isn't that pretty? Come on. That's pretty. Okay. So we're going to have the kimbap and the ugly kimbap bowl, and of course, my seaweed soup. Delicious. So exciting. This was so good and so filling and just so satisfying. And one thing I'm trying to do now, and correct me if I'm crazy, but I'm trying to drink hot water like during the meal or before the meal or after the meal, because I heard it's better for digestion than drinking like cold water. Am I crazy? I think I'm right. Okay, I think I read about it. Anyways, after my meal, I'm taking my vitamins. Just a reminder to take your vitamins, my friends, okay? Make sure you're getting your blood test, getting, you know, proper supplements, and all that good stuff, okay? Vitamin D, vitamin B12, all that goodness. Yo, so it's like 3 o'clock now, and I am about to go for a walk. Now, I don't know why this always happens, but every time I want to go for a walk, it's like super sunny until I decide, okay, this is when I'm gonna go for the walk. It was like really sunny earlier today, and now it's like really cloudy, but this won't stop me, okay? I try to get in walks on a regular basis because I think they're very therapeutic. They're obviously a good form of mild exercise, and I know that in just a few maybe weeks or months it's going to be too cold for me to want to even go outside. So I want to take advantage of the slightly warmer weather and walk while I can outside. So that's what I'm gonna do. And I am actually going to the gym later at 4:15. So the walk is just another little bit of exercise. And plus I have to run some errands. Like I have a box there that I need to send over and just a few little things. So I'm gonna go for a walk. I like to take a little break as well, like in the middle of the day, because you just kind of need a break. Okay, especially when you're just working from home and you're sat at your desk all day long, barely moving. So a walk is just kind of necessary. Anyway, let's go get my steps in. Okay. All right, guys. So that was kind of not enjoyable. It was quite cold. Anyways, I'm gonna go to, look, my ears are so red. Anyways, now I'm gonna head to the gym. And, oh, actually on my walk, I picked up some donuts. Oh my god, my room, it's a mess. Okay, don't judge me. So there's this local company that makes vegan donuts, and I picked up a couple for my mom and one of my employees at the cafe, and also I gave one to my roommate as well. These are vegan. This one is like a vegan powdery donut, and this one is, I think it's guava passion fruit. So yeah, I'm probably gonna have a bite of each of these. Anyways, yeah, just thought I'd show you that you can have donuts too, you know? There are vegan donuts, my friend. Dinner time! I wanted to make some curry-like thing, like a red curry. So let's start by chopping up some onion. I have here half an onion, so we're just gonna chop that up into chunks. And we also have here this mid to large sized potato. We're just gonna chop that up as well into nice bite-sized chunks. And we're also going to chop up 2 medium-sized carrots as well into nice chunks. And we also have some broccoli, which I love. I'm just going to chop up the broccoli, and we have a ton of delicious plant-based goodness right here. And into my nonstick pan, I'm going to add in the onions first. I want to cook these up a little bit first, and then we can add the rest of the things, okay? And once we've cooked up the onions, let's add the potatoes and carrots. And then I'm gonna add around a cup of water and let the potatoes and carrots cook. Now I'm adding the red curry paste here. I'm adding about 1.5 to 2 tablespoons of Thai red curry paste, which, another reminder, make sure you check that there is no fish paste in the red curry paste that you're buying. So I'm adding this here now, but I think in hindsight's 2020, in hindsight, I would have allowed the potatoes and carrots to cook first, mostly cook, and then add in the red curry paste along with the coconut milk, which I added here. I think I added everything a little bit too soon, and it soaked up too much of the liquid, so it didn't leave too much to be desired. No, that's not the right terminology. Anyways, so yeah, in hindsight, what I would do is allow the potatoes and carrots to cook more with the water, adding a little more water if you need to. And then once it's mostly cooked, I would add in the coconut milk and the red curry paste. This is just me winging it, so that's fine, but you live and you learn. You live and you learn. So I'm just gonna add in some salt and pepper as I go. And of course you can feel free to add in, as much salt, as much pepper as you want. And once the potatoes and carrots are cooked like maybe halfway through, I'm gonna add in the broccoli as well. The broccoli obviously doesn't take too long to cook, so I add it a little bit later. And here I'm also adding in some black beans. As I always say, I like to add in some higher protein options into all of my meals. So I'm adding in some black beans because that's what I had. And I'm gonna add a little bit more water as I go. And I like to, let this kind of come to a boil and then cover it up and let it just cook. Since I made a pretty big batch, I decided to just put some into a container and just leave one serving out. And then in order to enjoy my red curry concoction, I'm gonna add in some instant rice noodles, which are the best. All I have to do is just soak them in a little bit of hot water and then just throw them into dishes. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm just adding in 1 serving of the instant rice noodles and just kind of letting it cook a little bit with the red curry and just kind of letting it all come together, okay? And of course, you're gonna plate it and top with green onions, of course, guys. And there you have it. There is my delicious red curry udon sort of dish. This is not an authentic Thai dish, okay? Just putting that out there. But it's really good. And again, in hindsight, I would have allowed it to be more saucy by cooking the potatoes and carrots first. But either way, it was delicious, and hindsight is 2020. And I decided to enjoy my dinner with some gakdugi, which is Korean radish kimchi, which my mom made, and it is so good. And I need to get you guys the recipe. Oh my god, I know. Anyways, I also wanted to have a little bit of rice because I feel like rice with red curry is like really good. So I'm having a little bit of rice and just topping with a little bit more of the curry and just enjoying myself. And for dessert, I'm having a mandarin orange. They are so delicious and refreshing and so good. Oh, and I have a second dessert. My second dessert is birthday cake. Yes, my friends, a birthday cake. It was my friend's birthday recently, and there was a delicious vegan birthday cake that actually one of my friends made. And she's amazing. So if you guys want to check out her cakes, I'll leave a link to her Instagram page down below as well. And I had that for dessert. Yum! And once again, trying to get into the habit of drinking hot water. So here's some hot water. Alright guys, so I'm gonna film my outro now while I still look relatively decent. Anyways, I really hope you guys enjoyed this what I ate in a day video. If you enjoyed it, of course, give it a big thumbs up. And if you're new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe. And of course, guys, don't forget to check out the Black Friday sale. The link is down below. All of the things, all the information you need will be down below. Make sure you follow Yvette Sports on Instagram. Their link will be down below as well. And guys, remember I'm having that giveaway also on Instagram. So check me out on Instagram. The giveaway information, once again, will be also down in the description box. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, you guys, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!